guys, it's Eline and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review, swatches and demo on the new Colourpop pressed eyeshadows. Colourpop recently released an entire line of pressed eyeshadows, which is super exciting, and that's why I wanted to dedicate an entire video to them. So I grabbed two of the pre-made eyeshadow palettes and also one single eyeshadow. So if you're interested in knowing more about the Colourpop pressed eyeshadows, see some swatches and a little tutorial, then definitely just keep on watching. So starting off, the eyeshadows retail for $5 each, and they come in a little cardboard packaging like this. This packaging reminds me a lot of the pants from Makeup Geek. They come in a similar packaging, and each of the eyeshadows contains 1.2 grams, which isn't bad. So these retail for $5 each, but when you buy 4 of them, you get a free empty palette, which is great. But you can also buy their pre-made eyeshadow palettes, which also come with 4 eyeshadows, and they retail for $18. So you save $2 when you buy the pre-made eyeshadow palettes, which I also did. So I got 2 of their pre-made eyeshadow palettes. This one is high maintenance and this one is low key, and these retail for $18. Also, what I noticed is that if you buy it like this, it contains 1.2 grams, but then in the palette each pan contains 1.4 grams, which is really weird, but okay. So when you remove the sleeve, the palette looks like this, and this is also the palette you get for free when you order 4 eyeshadows. So it closes magnetically, and then when you open it, you get the 4 eyeshadow pans. The only downside of this packaging is that when you remove the sleeve, you can't see which palette it was. So that's something to keep in mind, but high maintenance comes with these 4 eyeshadows, so it is definitely more on the burgundy plum side. I also really love this palette. It feels quite sturdy and heavy actually. However, it is a little bit bulky in my opinion to contain only 4 eyeshadows. But what you can do is remove this little insert, because then underneath it is a big magnet and you can put more eyeshadows in it. But for now, this is what my palette looks like. So this is again high maintenance. And then the other palette is called Low Key. And this one comes with a bunch of beautiful neutral warm tone shades. So this one contains 3 matte ones and 1 shimmer, and the high maintenance palette contains 2 shimmers and 2 matte ones. And my lighting is changing. But yeah, again, I really love this packaging. It feels super sturdy. I didn't expect it, but it does feel really sturdy. I also really love that the front is clear, that way you can see which eyeshadows are in which palette. So then, as I mentioned, I also picked up a single one, and this is called Goody Two Shoes. When you open up this cardboard packaging, it has a little plastic insert, and then you get the eyeshadow pan, and this is what Goody Two Shoes looks like. I will do close-ups afterwards. But yeah, that's what I picked up, and I really love the packaging. I also love how you can just put them in Z palettes and create your own palette. Also, the pans that come in the pre-made eyeshadows are available to purchase individually as well. So that's also something I really like. Alright, so let's move on to some swatches. So first we have Take It Slow right here, which is a beautiful warm champagne shade with a shimmery finish. So this is what it looks like. This is a beautiful shade to apply on your actual lids. It is what I'm wearing on my lids right here. This is a beautiful shade and it catches the light amazingly. Next we have I Owe You, which is a beautiful matte warm eyeshadow. And I will swatch it right here. So keep in mind that these have a lot of powder kick up, and when you apply them on your eyelids, the darker shades do have a lot of fallout. So keep that in mind and definitely tap off your brush before you apply them on your eyelids. But yeah, this is the shade I Owe You, which is a beautiful mid-toned warm matte orange. Next we have Running Late. This is also a matte orange, but it is a lot lighter than I Owe You. And I will swatch it right here. This is a beautiful transition shade to warm up any eyeshadow look. I really love this shade. It is what I'm wearing in my crease as well. And then lastly in this palette we have Crisscross, which is a matte brick orange, and this is more on the darker side. But as you can see, these have amazing pigmentation. They swatch beautifully, but they are a little bit powdery, as you can tell. This shade would also be beautiful in the outer V or applied in the crease. So next we have the high maintenance palette. The first shade in here is called Just in Time, and this is a beautiful satin soft gold. So this is it right here. Again, this is a perfect shade to apply on your actual lids. Next we have High Strung, which is a metallic dusty rose. And I will swatch it right here. This one is definitely the most metallic one out of all of them. And this is it right here. Again, such a pretty shade to apply on the actual eyelids. Next we have Get Out, which is a beautiful matte cranberry shade. This is such a pretty shade and it blends out beautifully. I don't have any problem blending this in, and it is really pigmented. And then lastly, for the high maintenance palette, we have Cute Alert, which is a matte deep burgundy shade. So as you can tell, the matte ones are very powdery, but they are also very pigmented. So this is Cute Alert right here. Again, a beautiful shade, and this is the one I am wearing in my outer V right now. And then lastly, we have Goody Two Shoes, and this is a beautiful gunmetal shade, and it definitely has a metallic finish as well. So this is Goody Two Shoes right here. So Goody Two Shoes and High Strung are definitely my favorite shades. They're super metallic and pigmented, and they definitely feel a lot softer than the other ones. So before I'm going to share my final thoughts, let's go ahead and get on into the mini tutorial. Okay, so from the Low Key palette, I'm going to grab this shade, which is called Running Late. I'm going to apply this in my crease as my transition shade. And for some reason my skin is very dry today, including my eyelids, so if it's blending not the way I want to, it's probably because of that, but so far it is blending really nicely. And then for my next shade, I'm going to grab the High Maintenance palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Get Out. So again, I'm going to apply this in my crease, but I'm going to focus it underneath that transition shade that we just applied. So really focus it in the actual crease. And this is a Real Techniques Duo Fiber eye brush. So you definitely want to go in with a smaller amount and then build it up, because if you go in with too much, it's going to be hard to blend out. But actually it is blending really nicely, which I'm really happy about, because lately eyeshadows are just not blending the way I want them to on my eyelids, but this is working great. So I'm going to build it up and add some more until it is looking how I want it to look. Then to deepen up my outer V, I'm going to use the same palette, but I'm going in with this shade right here, which is called Cute Alert. Ooh, I definitely have some fallout now. So I should have tapped off my brush, which I'm definitely going to do now. But keep that in mind, because it is a lot. Now I'm going to grab a clean blending brush and blend this in, so that it's not looking as harsh. Then I'm going to grab the shade Get Out again and smoke it out on my lower lash line. And to darken it up even more, I'm grabbing this same palette again, and I'm also going to apply a little bit of this shade, which was called Cute Alert. And for my actual lid shade, I'm going in with Low Key again, and I'm going to use the first shade right here, which is called Take It Slow. I'm also going to apply this shade on my inner corners as a highlight. And then I'm going back in with the first blending brush, which has no additional product on it, and I'm going to swipe it through my crease once more and make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, so now I'm going to apply a nude in my waterline, apply some mascara, and then the eyes are done. Alright, so my final thoughts on these eyeshadows. I think they're amazing. I really love the quality of these eyeshadows, especially considering that they're super affordable. I also really love the packaging these come in. The design with these stars is so cute. I love that the top is transparent. I do think it's a little bit bulky considering you only get 4 eyeshadows in this palette. It is a little bit bulky in my opinion. But yeah, aside from that, I would totally recommend these eyeshadows. They are beautiful. The matte eyeshadows are definitely a little bit powdery, but they are really pigmented, so that is just something to keep in mind when you apply them. You definitely have to tap off the excess, but aside from that, I love these eyeshadows. They performed really nicely on my eyelids. I didn't have any problem blending them out, so I definitely give these a massive thumbs up, and I am definitely going to purchase more shades in the future. So yeah, that concludes this review video on the new Colourpop pressed eyeshadows. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried them and what you think about them. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you are notified whenever I post a new video. I love you guys, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Mwah.